Thank you very much, and it's wonderful to see all of you here. How many of you speak more than 2 languages? Pretty much everyone. You know, if I ask this question in any other part of the world, there'll be very few hands up. And I think this is the power of India. The diversity and the natural, extent of languages that we have in India is a true power. And AI, with the kind of work that Bhashini is leading and inviting you to be a part of, is a moment for all of us to celebrate that diversity. You know, I was reading recently that, see, we look at language as a way to get information, knowledge, etc. But it's actually more than that. Language makes us who we are. Language embodies a people's culture, people's poetry, history, knowledge, things that you cannot even express in words. I'll give you an example. I was reading recently that in Himachal Pradesh, there are multiple languages and there are 200 words for snow. 200 different words for snow, including one that says that which comes down when the moon is up. What I'm trying to say is that subtlety of what a language means to a culture, to a people, is much, much beyond information. I, for one, come from North. My grandparents used to speak a language called Braj Bhasha. That language, me and my generation doesn't understand anymore. And to me, there's a huge loss. I'll tell you why, because I'm also into Hindustani music. A lot of the compositions in that music form are written in languages that are no longer spoken. So imagine the ethos, the history, the stories that we are perhaps singing today, but don't understand. To me, that's what makes me very passionate about something like Bhashini, because it is much, much beyond information. It's about preserving the country's history, diversity, art, culture, identity. Microsoft, of course, has been part of this journey for some time. Feel very, very proud of it. The mission of the organization is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And that is something I feel inspired by. When the idea of Bhashini as a language mission, language project started at IIT Madras several years back, funded, supported by Step Foundation. Proud to say that Microsoft research and many folks from our engineering world have been a part of that journey for many, many years. Now that it has come to main stage, is part of the national forums, as you saw in the videos before we started. And I was just absolutely delighted and so impressed to see where the platform is coming today. I think for each one of you, whichever language you speak, whatever region, whatever dialect you speak, make it your personal passion to make sure that that language is getting preserved through Bhashini. Because it is of course the cultural aspect I mentioned, but look at the use cases, look at the real impact in the country. You think of any sector. So for example, we have something called a Shiksha Co-Pilot that is being run in several schools in Karnataka. It allows government school teachers to use Bhashini along with large language models to create lesson plans for students that are engaging, contextual, in Kannada. Imagine what this does to a teacher's real life in his ability of her ability to engage every single student in the classroom with content, with lesson plans that are contextual, interesting, and in the language. Now take that same idea to any sector, healthcare, agriculture, government services, and Amitabh sir laid out all of the possibilities. I think what I will ask each one of you, students, entrepreneurs, developers, take that problem-solving mindset. Take that problem-solving mindset because I think the platform is there. It's already there for you to leverage the tools to solve problems. And at the end of the day, the role of a platform is to allow others to innovate, which is what, as a platform company, Microsoft, we believe that our job is to help startups, is to help developers, is to help companies, small, medium businesses, students, leverage the platform and build solutions, solve problems that they understand best. I'll stop with a number that I recently got to know about, that in India, the market opportunity, if I kind of just go with the business side of things, the market opportunity for software in the next 10 years is going to be $100 billion. $100 billion. From today's close to $20 billion. That is the kind of growth we are expecting. Why will that happen? That will happen when people like you solve problems that are contextual to India's problems in the language that is usable by people of Bharat across the segments. So I would invite you to not just do it because it is part of your heritage, but do it because there is a real business opportunity and it's time for you to build using platforms like Bhashini. So thank you very much. Please do get into this hackathon. Thank you.